Welcome back into the workshop for a bit of a quick Dave's Diary update. I'm about to head out and finish off a wee job that I'd done, the wardrobe door repair. And before I did that, I thought I'd come in here and look for a couple of things and just go over what we're going to do when we come back this afternoon. Tidy up, yes. And then once I'm tidied up, I can start to assemble my cabinets, or the components for the units. As such, I will need to have my drill guides spaced and using the appropriate drill guide inserts in two different rails. You go, why two different rails, David? Well, it is because this one here may well be that I put an 8 and an 8mm drill guide to take the dowels, which I've got 8mm dowels. And the centre one will be a 4mm to make the mark for the screws. And that can be set up with the other positions, and that can be dedicated to doing those holes. The other rail can be set up using 6mm drill guides for the shelf supports, which means I've got two drill guide rails set up, ready to go. Yippee! That does make life a little bit easier because these three positions here are dowel, screw, dowel. Well, that's where one of these need to go, so I don't want to be, mucked around by that. The option, though, is to turn it round and have the rails handed, so that the screws, maybe, just maybe, I could set up the drill guide for the shelf support. I knew there was a word for it. Shelf support down the other way, and then when I hand them round this way, they would miss the ones for the dowels, etc. But why bother? Because I've got two rails. Now, that was just by way of explaining I've got two rails. Why did I buy a second rail? It's not even out of its wrapping yet. Well, way back when I was about to mark and drill the MFT top, that of course would have been able to be done by those rails. But in the decision-making process, I decided I didn't want to go 96mm spacings. I wanted and would prefer 100mm spacings. That meant I had to get my own rails made, and I got them laser cut. And as you know, if you followed any of the other videos, that was both a good thing and a bad thing. The accuracy wasn't there as compared to these two rails, unfortunately. I thought it would have been. I was wrong, and as a consequence, there is a tiny amount of imperfection that creeps in on occasion when I'm doing the holes here. Has it stopped me? Well, no. The tiny amount of imperfection is tiny, but occasionally it does rear its ugly head and can be annoying. It can be adapted to and can be adjusted, but yeah. So there is a chance that I'm going to use these two rails to make an MFT top. Not a full top like this, but a pad with the MFT style of spacings in it. And it also probably have a way of interfacing those two, or the MFT top with the 100mm style of top. Anyway, unnecessary to worry about at this stage, but it's just an idea. Now, being able to do that means that if I want to, I can get MFT type of accessories, and then I've got a pad that can swap out or lay over top for the times, rare occasions they'll be, if ever, an MFT dedicated accessory. Now, it's really just an exercise to see how accurate everything can be made using these two rails. And because they have been machined with better tolerance and accuracy than those other steel ones that I had made, well, it was just a nice exercise to find out. So that's what I'm going to be doing with those. Not in the immediate future, but I'll do, I'll do something just to see. Because I know people will have this style of item in their workshop, or some will, and if they've got two of them, then they may be able to do the same thing. I bought one specifically as a drill guide for the dowels. That's fine. But I bought the second one solely to do that 3-4-5 squaring method for the whole set out for my MFT top. But in the interim, I changed my direction a little bit, and I went down the I can build them myself route. Well, yes, I can, but I don't know whether it was a wise decision. And that was a question I've just posed to myself when I was actually thinking about this again. Was there any advantage going with the 100mm spacings? Logically, yes. Practically, probably not. There's nothing about a 100mm spaced hole that is so much better that you should or could forego just using a standard 96mm spaced MFT approach. But logically, 100mm is better. Practically, I'd give it a 50-50. 60-40 maybe, if I wanted to be generous to myself, but really, not that much of an advantage. Any approach to putting a pin in a hole with a bracket or anything, whatever, means that I've already deviated from 100mm, whatever I put in. In other words, I'd have to make sure that the item is 50mm or 100mm to make advantage of the increment, and I don't see that as being that advantageous than just saying, well, I can do the same with a 96mm approach. So, go figure. Still happy that I've done that, but I don't think it was necessary. So anyway, here's one of those things. 25, 50, 75, 100, they're more logical than 32, 64, 96. Just saying, and that's why I'm saying logically much better to go with 100 spacings. So I have, but I might make that interface plate anyway, just as a way of interest. Right, what else am I up to? Well, as I said, tidy up, assemble those, do all the drilling, etc., assemble them, start to cut into the components up there that are the drawer, for the drawer sides. See how many of those I can get out of the components I've already got, and then allocate some of those other components to perhaps doing drawers for the bottom of the workstation, and maybe, just maybe, for the miter station. So see how we go. Once that's done, that means we've got a whole lot more space that at the moment is causing me some angst. And that will get rid of the visual clutter and give me some clarity of what I've got and how much space is storage can be achieved by the two new units, and if a third unit will need to be made as well to accommodate the leftover, requirements. So that'll be interesting. A lot of items will need to then find a new home, and that would be in itself probably the design requirements for that third unit, because it may be that there's items that I could use that need a specific type of storage, like a dimension. So that'll be interesting, because not everything will fit in the shallowness or the lack of depth, like the stuff that's sticking out there. Things are longer, and of course the width. So there may well be that I make a different proportion storage area. I don't know. We'll see. Get the main bit done first, move on. And with that idea of moving on, I better haul butt and go to the job, get that done, and then I can get back here and do something more positive. Righty-ho. With that, I'll bid you goodbye, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye now.